But not everyone is outside enjoying life.
In women, it can be pain during intercourse or even inability to have intercourse. Her whole life she was in pain, but she never shared even with her husband. So I told her there is therapy. At the end of the treatment, she told me, I wish I knew you 40 years ago.
Internet has opened up the world, and I think women are different. Women in their 60s are still working full time. They still have busy lives. They're still sexual, and they need to have everything working to maintain their quality of life.
Pelvic health, it's a large array of patients. Pelvic pain, it's the same. Male and female, it's roughly 1 in 8 people.
Pelvic health is not gender specific to women. And men also have to deal with pelvic health.
In men, it can be just debilitating pain, like testicular pain, penis pain, some erectile dysfunctions, even with young men.
So I think that they also are alone in this space. And it's hard for men to talk about it, and men don't talk to other men
Oh
about
God,
it.
no. Oh God, no.
And but I think it's important that family doctors or their healthcare professionals address it, and that men do at some point feel like they need to address it.
Women are more prone to incontinence, labor during childbirth, especially if there are interventions, these muscles can be injured. And over time they decompensate and they give problems such as stress urinary incontinence. The area of the pelvis is very well innervated. It's really a very debilitating condition in some cases.
A lot of women will say, well, we don't have a lot of sex. Why is that? Well, I'm not sure that my husband can have an erection, and I feel really bad that it's my fault. And then at least I can educate her that, this happens
Sure.
as men get older, and there are things that they can do about it and have it addressed. And it's so funny to me that women take it on as their own problem.
Right.
And it's really sad. And I think that that hopefully is something that can change with time.
But most of the people that would consult, because some people they just wear their diapers or their liners and just suffer quietly. So the stigma with the younger people, it's not the same, because now we have internet, we have Facebook groups, we have social medias, people go online, they share their problems, we have options to share anonymously. My personal experience is that younger people, they talk freely about their problems. As emotional human beings, we hold our tension, our stress in a particular part of our body. When these muscles are tight, we release them by applying pressure. In the pelvic floor, the muscles are similar to any other muscle in the body. And you just press your knee out against my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Second time is a little better.
It's a little better. Releasing the trigger points We are improving the homeostasis, holistic health. This is the most non-invasive way to treat people, stimulating body's natural abilities to heal. I was treating this young man. When he started coming to me, he was in his early 30s. And he was already 20 years in pelvic pain.
I remember this problem starting when I went to a presentation in an auditorium. And I went to the bathroom before, didn't think nothing of it, it was no big deal. I went to sit in the auditorium and all of a sudden I felt this urge again. I'm like, what on earth is going on here? I had to go to the bathroom during the auditorium. I remember asking my teacher, and my teacher was like, I can't believe you have to do this, but she let me go. Went to the bathroom, came back. Within like 5 minutes, the urgency thing hit again. I'm like, what on earth is going on here? This is crazy. I had to go to the bathroom again, and that was the beginning of my journey with going to the bathroom and urgency and just general misery. And I'd have to go to the bathroom all the time, and it was embarrassing. Socializing was pretty much non-existent. Just was always looking for the next bathroom. I felt like I was a prisoner of my home. I couldn't leave. As an adolescent, there was no dating. There was very little association with friends because I didn't know what on earth was going on with me. And when you're young, it's already difficult. But when you have a condition that basically affects older people, it's terrible. And my family doctor said, oh, he'll grow out of it and stuff. But I remember saying to him, but my life is going through my hands and there's nothing really I can do about it. Is there anything that's going to the bathroom all the time? I thought the stress from the teachers and all that. I didn't do very well. I did graduate from school because I just got fed up with it. Just, yikes almighty. So I started to see the urologist in 2001, and he did some basic tests for me, and he gave me medications, and they worked kind of, or didn't work. Or I remember I saw a second urologist when I was a kid, and I remember when he told me that I may have to live with this condition the rest of my life. When you're like 24 years old and you learn that you're going to have to live like that forever, it's so terrible. And I basically bankrupted myself because I didn't have, at that time, there was no assistance for my type of condition. Then after I got a job at a print shop, and I did the mistake of mentioning about my issue, just like in passing. We need somebody with better health. Oh, man. We need somebody with better health. What a terrible, horrible thing to say. And then in 2014, my bladder issue, once again, for no apparent reason at all, just went flying off the handles again. The urgency just came back, sometimes even stronger. And I didn't know what on earth to do. And I went to go to the emergency room because the urgency had went up. It was more miserable than it ever was before. It was really, really painful. My urologist at the time, he said, we met this new lady, Miliana. She's doing pelvic health physiotherapy. Are you willing to try? Sure, why not? What do I got to lose at this point? So I went to see Miliana. I didn't believe her. And I remember one of the things she's like, oh, you don't believe me? How acupuncture works? Okay. So I remember she got this little bear and she said, okay, just focus on the bear. And she used these acupuncture needles to tune my vision. I couldn't believe it. I'm nearsighted, and she got my vision to change for like a month. And I didn't have to use no glasses, took my astigmatism and everything. So see, that's just a little bit of what I can do. So I went to see her multiple times, and I did see an improvement. I saw less urgency, everything just was slowly becoming less and less. It was pretty neat.
He told me, I'm sitting at home and something is different, and he couldn't figure out what is different. It was his first time in 20 years he didn't have pain, and his brain needed to process that I'm pain-free, that's how it feels. Every patient is unique, and you cannot compare one patient to another. Look at the person as a whole with emotions, with soul. Many of the pelvic health problems that are connected to our emotions as well.
And it's not always comfortable going into the doctor's office to talk about, itchy vaginas or incontinence or the inability to have an orgasm or no libido, because there's so much personal guilt and shame attached to it. Realize, okay, well, there are things, there's a reason that this has happened, and let's deal with fixing it.
It's really important. I think you will agree that women tell other women what they're doing.
So I think you've hit something really important, that if you have a community where women are open and they're talking about their pelvic health, their sexuality, their sexual health, whatever it is, menopause changes, then you're really lucky. But there's a lot of women out there who are shy, they're embarrassed, they don't even want to talk to their partners about it. And it's important when I see patients that I always bring up pelvic health and I let them know, and there's cues around the office that they can maybe talk about it and feel free to be a little bit more open. But having that community is so important.
I agree. I wouldn't be here if it hadn't been for this one friend, right?
No one is God in what he or she is doing, and the team approach is always much more valuable. The question is just to refer to the right healthcare professionals. And also I'm the same, I'm very much open to collaboration. Doctors I never seen in person, they would refer patients because they've heard from another patient that I help them.
So a lot of women notice that if they cough or jump or sneeze that they could lose urine. And for many years we went to Kegel exercises, which is that squeezing of the vaginal wall, the ability to stop your urine from dripping and holding it and letting it go to build up the muscles. And that was really all that was offered for a very long time. But now as pelvic physiotherapy has sort of branched into some great amount of different options of therapy, and we have treatments that we can use to help with vaginal health and the bladder.
Based on my background of yoga instructor, traditional Chinese medicine acupuncturist, I'm incorporating all these modalities in my practice. I started having more and more patients with fertility issues. The preparation in terms of acupuncture and pelvic health physiotherapy. Anyone that wants a natural fertility to consult first acupuncturist and pelvic health physiotherapist before going to more expensive and more invasive treatments as IVF.
Seeing her regularly leading up to the birth was very helpful. Different treatments, for example, acupuncture, pelvic floor treatments that she helped me with perineal massage. I was terribly scared of tearing during birth, and I expressed that to her, and she helped me so much just preparing for that leading up to the birth. And I didn't tear for the first labor, the second one, and that's the plan for the third one as well. So I'm here diligently seeing her up until I delivered my third baby.
The goal of these acupuncture points is to balance and to harmonize the blood and the qi. And this research has been proven that it decreases the time of labor in average with 2 hours.
I'm 52 years old. And yes, now I'm pregnant. It's my third pregnancy. My experience with my first two pregnancies was like not too good. It was a lot of stress. It was painful. It was a lot of problem. I started to see Emiliana just with this during this pregnancy. Emiliana helped me a lot to prepare for my birth. Now she did me like some delivery protocol, what my husband need to do, what I need to do, how better to experience contractions, and how easy to do it, because it's natural. Yeah, it was very helpful for me. Emiliana can help not just with like physical body problem. Her therapy is helpful for like mental, for energy level. Yes, and it's like big nice package, because she looks so healthy, so open for communication. Yeah, she did some moxa, some acupuncture therapy. She's open to help you.
The goal of this documentary is just to raise the awareness that you are not alone, and there are therapists out there, and sometimes it takes just a few treatments, or it takes just understanding the problem, and you are already feeling improvements.
I open to share my story because it's inspiration for people around. Yes, I'm happy.
And for the first time in my life, I enjoyed a cup of coffee here and there. And it was kind of nice to feel a little bit normal. Now I can go sometimes 3, 4, 5 hours without going to the bathroom. She made my life better than I was going to be.
So it's great, the feeling being able to help someone. So to be honest, physiotherapists, they don't make money like medical doctor or like business people, but at the end of the day, the feeling that you help someone and you made a difference is like great, is not even covering it.